got the blues. I've got the alcoholic blues. No more beer, my heart to cheer. Goodbye, whiskey. You used to make me frisky. So long, highball. So long, gin. Oh, tell me when you're coming back again. Blues, I've got the blues since the amputated my blues. Lordy, Lordy, war is well. You know, I don't have to tell. Oh, I've got the alcoholic blues, some blues. Prohibition, that's the name. Prohibition drives me insane. I'm so thirsty, soon I'll die. I simply grind, evaporate, I scarce that dry. I wouldn't mind to live forever in a train if my thirst had only let me quench, and not with Bevo or ginger ale. I want real stuff by the pail.
Welcome to the Speak Uneasy, a safe space where cancel culture does not exist because we are in a different prohibition era.
Good evening, and welcome to another episode of This Is News with your host, The Bartender. In a minute, I will introduce my co-host as well. But before we get to that, let's go ahead and go for the random read for the night. Tonight's random read comes from the book of John, chapter 1, verses 1 through 14. The Word was God. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The same was in the beginning with God. All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. In him was life, and the life was the light of men. And the light shineth in darkness, and in darkness comprehended it not. There was a man sent from God, whose name was John. The same came for a witness, to bear witness of the light, that all men through him might believe. He was not the light, but was sent to bear witness of that light. That was the true light, which lighteth every man that cometh into the world. He was in the world, and the world was made by him, and the world knew him not. He came unto his own, and his own received him not. But as many as received him, to them gave the power to become the sons of God, even to them that believe on his name, which were born not of blood, nor of the will of the flesh, nor of the will of man, but of God. And the Word was made flesh, and dwelt among us, and we beheld his glory, the glory as the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth. Once again, this random read comes from the book of John, chapter 1, verses 1 through 14. The Word was God. Man, you know, I stumbled on that thing, but ultimately I did understand the read, but there was just a lot of, my mind was jumbling with it, but I was able to understand. I mean, the point is I understood what the read meant. Anyhow, so let's go ahead and go to the next thing for the show tonight. We're making a cocktail, and tonight's cocktail of choice that I'm making is called a pineapple fizz. A pineapple fizz. I was not able to catch any history on this particular cocktail, but we're going to make it anyway. So what we're going to do is we're going to be highballing this cocktail. And if you guys don't know what highballing is, that means you're pretty much building the cocktail in the glass that you're going to be drinking out of. So let's go ahead and start this off with white rum. And tonight's white rum of choice that I have is called Flor de Caña, which is aged 4 years. And this is the white rum. So this requires 1.5 ounces of white rum first. So let's go ahead. All right, 1.5 ounces into the glass. All right. Next, we're gonna put like a teaspoon or 1/4 ounce of simple syrup into the glass. Got that in there. Cool. All right. Next ingredient we're going to put in there is pineapple juice. So I got me some organic pineapple juice here. Now we're going to measure this at about 3/4 of an ounce to an ounce. I'm going to free pour this. All right, we got that in there. And now for the final touch, which would be the fizz of it all, which would be soda water. And I got me some Fever Tree here. Let's go ahead and pour that in the rocks glass. All right. Man, I can smell this thing already. Whew, can't wait to drink it. Give it a little stir. All right. And now for the moment of truth, the taste. Here's to the pineapple fizz, everybody. Cheers. Ooh, that is so good. That is really good. That is really, really good. Considering that it's kind of humid here in Texas today, at least in central Texas, it kind of, I mean, it's kind of breezy, but it's not too chilly. Anyhow, let me go ahead and bring my co-host on here. Would you please unmute yourself, Mr. C? What is going? Nothing much. Hold on.
I have no idea.
What? I know you just ended your show kind of.
I just ended my show.
Yeah, no, it's understandable, man. I get it, man. I get it.
I just knew it. I was like, I'm starting at 7. I've been averaging about 3 hours for the last few days, and I tried.
Oh man, sometimes it just takes you there, man. You know, you just go.
I just talk too much. That's all.
Well,
I don't know where to set my cap.
if you don't talk at all, you wouldn't even have a show to be honest, right?
Well, that's true. Truer words are never said, Mr. Speak Uneasy.
So, how's your week been, man?
Busy. How's it going? Good. Busy. Just doing my thing. You know, getting ready for more things and the likes. But yeah, it's been a good week. It's been a good week. Busy and good. That's good. Busy is good. You know, busy is good.
That is awesome, bro. Man,
I feel like I'm rushing into a happy hour, but it's good to be here. You know.
Well, it's always a happy hour here. Every time we
a happy couple of hours.
Right. Every time we do this with this bit right here with This Is News. So today, man, I was quite busy today. So I had to do something.
What you have going on?
What's that?
What you have going on?
Okay, so today I was doing my usual thing, chasing leads for my DJ thing, and I also had to stream on another platform because I had obligations to do that. And then one of the leads kind of hit today and booked me. He booked me.
Awesome.
Yeah, he booked me. So we ended up going to his house to see, just to see how we would set up for his event next month. And his event is for like
Stream on it.
his children, I guess, after they get out of school and stuff like that. So yeah, we got that. It wasn't so much of a sell. It was more like I kind of had a feeling that we were going to get that gig anyway, because if he's willing to like invite us over to just see and stuff like that, I already had a feeling like okay, we got this guy. And it's just a matter of let me see what type of person he is, and if his how much equipment I should bring, so I can give him.
That was like round 2 of the interview or something like that, huh?
I guess you can put it that way, but yeah, man,
The closer.
it was a very easy one. He because usually I require a deposit and then you can pay me at the latest the day of the event, but he just paid everything in full, man. So I was like, shoot, man, this is awesome. And
cool.
then and then after that, of course I had to find the articles for tonight on my end, and then right before I started the show, one of the DJs that are in the local area that I network with, he shot me a gig for this Saturday as well. And he was asking me, "Oh, can you do it?" And I'm thinking, dude, this is very last minute. But I told him, let me text you after this, after I do this, and I'll let you know. But I think more than likely I'm going to be able to do the gig this Saturday. So yeah, it's man, it's just God's been blessing me with all these gigs, bro. It's amazing, man. It's really amazing. It's finally rolling, man. It's finally rolling.
Nice. Is that this most recent pending gig, is that going to be like in town, or
which one? The one the very last minute one?
Yeah.
Yes, it's gonna be in a few cities over. Yeah, it's in a few cities over. It's not too
like
far.
at a club or a bar.
No. It's another party for children.
Okay, cool.
It's like a 60. Cool. Yeah, I think it's a birthday party for 16-year-old or something like that. So
awesomeness.
Yeah, man.
Oh, sounds good, guy. Congrats.
Thank you.
Glad to hear the gigs are rolling in.
It's beginning to roll in, man. It really is. It really is. And also, I've made contacts with people on your end of the state. I got more contacts out there too, and I've thrown them a gig already. So things are just the way things are working. It's amazing, man. It's really amazing.
Very cool. Glad to hear it.
Yes. So I noticed some of the articles that you gave to me, and I like
First
it, man.
one that came to the top of my mind was the Cawthorn one, but we'll save that. And the other one, I can't even remember what I sent you. I was like, I haven't even chosen the articles yet. I was like, far be it for a time for them not to have anything worth questioning.
Well, I'll tell you what,
to the news cycle, but
the Cawthorn one, definitely, I have something similar to that.
Poor Madison, poor guy.
Got something like that. Not to the, I don't know. Maybe it's because I didn't read it and I didn't read mine either. Because first reaction is always the best reaction. So we got something here that I don't know, kind of similar, I guess, sort of.
Cool,
but not really. But let's just say it's in the subject of sex. Let's just put it that way.
Oh, is it now?
Yeah.
As long as it doesn't involve children.
No, this one, no.
No, just kidding.
Not this one.
As long as it doesn't involve a man and a woman. No, just kidding. I'm there.
Oh my goodness.
Oh goodness.
I already
Everyone's
know.
going to be like, who the
I
heck
already know what kind of show this is going to be. Okay. So who went up first last week? Was that me or was that you?
I think you did last week. Yes.
Okay. So which one did you want to start with, the Breitbart one?
Yeah, let's do that one.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Give me a minute. You know what?
I know I got them to you all like last minute.
Before I even go there, let me greet people in the bar first, because I don't want to be a stuck-up bartender,
What's up, Tam Growl?
Tam Growl, what's going on? Thank you for hanging out with Mr. C and I. It's very nice to see you here. Seize the Day, what's going on? Howdy to my
Seize the
two.
day.
He says, howdy to my two favorite foxhole Texans. Well, thank you so much, man.
That means a lot.
does.
Seize the day 9/11
It
because
does.
there are many Texans here on the foxhole. So
Yeah, there are. You know,
you make me feel awesome. You're awesome.
thank you for that. I don't know if I would even be considered. I haven't even lived here long enough to even be considered a Texan, to be honest.
He's a half-baked Texan from California by way of the islands.
There it is. There it is. I am not a Californian, though. I will never, ever claim to be as such. I may have lived there, but I would never say that, yeah, I'm a Californian.
Speak, I would deny it also.
My goodness.
I would deny it too.
All right. I think that's all I see in the chats right now. There might be lurkers out there. Good evening, lurkers. Thank you for coming to the bar. All right.
We love you, lurkers.
Let me go ahead and start this.
Let's get this show on the road.
Let me start this chicanery.
Yeah.
Let me start with.
I was like, what are we going to start with? I was desperately searching. I honestly don't even remember which Breitbart I sent to you. Okay, now I remember. I almost sent you the Maxine Waters one where she's all, "I'm so grateful to be vaccinated and still have COVID." But
goodness, dude.
I was like, let's not go to CV19 or Charlie Victor.
Maxine.
Oh, that's right.
Max.
Yeah, Mad Max. Anyhow,
Okay.
yeah. So we have this article from Breitbart. Apparently, the legacy media is telling Americans that the economy is awesome, you dolts, because I guess, it just doesn't affect them in the pocketbook the way it does, Joe and Jane, average Q American.
Wait. So, okay, who's Nolte?
Nolte is the writer of this article. His name is John Nolte. And he's got some, what would you call that? Like tenure as far as, being involved in writing and stuff like that. So they put his name in front of his articles.
Okay.
Over at Breitbart. There's a few other people they do that with, but yeah. So, John Nolte says at Breitbart about the media and the economy, and I guess they're just gaslighting Americans, right? When things go bad for Democrat presidents, the corporate media generally circle the wagons in two ways. We are either told no president could solve these problems, so don't blame the Democrat, or we're told these things are double plus good. And we're just stupid to see it. We forget, we could always blame Putin or Russia or the former president, right? They always do that too.
They always.
Yeah.
They always.
So the article continues, well, the truth, and we all know it, is that things are strikingly awful with his fraudulency, Joe Biden at the helm. So the media's gaslighting campaigns are in full bloom. Over at CNN, a far-left propaganda outlet that spreads conspiracy theories and political violence, a recent piece of analysis headlined, "Biden confronts a host of problems he cannot do much to solve." And it floated this nonsense. There's not much that illegitimate Joe can do to curb inflation. There's not much he can do to stop migrants from reaching America's southern border, or to reduce crime, or to make vaccine resistors get shots that would hasten the end of the CV pandemic. And you know what, Speak? I would agree with him. There's not much that he can do.
Period.
That's pretty obvious, right? That's pretty obvious.
Period.
Nolte has got, he's definitely tapped into the main vein of America. So, but he does suggest that is except lie. Biden's predecessor had the southern border problem pretty close to solved. Instead, Biden chose to reverse policies such as remain in Mexico. Biden could fight inflation by opening up America's energy reserves and many other things. He could deregulate. He could do a lot of things. He also refuses to do that. Biden could reduce crime by pressuring blue city Democrats, where almost all the crime occurs, to clamp down on criminals instead of releasing them. he could do what Bill Clinton did. What? We're gonna reach to Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton did this in the 90s to reduce crime. Put 100,000 more police on the street and back federal sentencing guidelines.
Yeah, but that also included pinching petty drug dealers.
Yes,
and drug users.
mandatory minimums. Yep. And Kamala Harris was all there for it.
Yeah,
and,
she was.
The thing about it is that someone like Ketanji Brown Jackson probably would not agree with that, even if it were a Clinton presidency, because we all know that she doesn't like to abide by federal guidelines, anyhow. The far left New York Times said, for those blaming Biden for rising prices here, I regret to inform you that he is not the Prime Minister of Britain or the German Chancellor, or what is that supposed to mean? Okay, anyways, so rising gas prices in America then are part of a global story that has nothing to do with the policies of the current administration, other than the fact that they were still buying oil from Russia and still paying them a whole bunch of money. That just makes absolutely no sense. I think.
It makes absolute perfect sense.
You mean that they're depending on the ignorance of their readers and their people? I see. We're on the same page then. Far left Slate says, President-elect Joe Biden did not cause this. In fact, other than sanctions against Russia, which the GOP proudly supported, the primary reasons why filling up your tank has gotten more expensive over the past year has nothing to do with America's chief executive. Wait. So is he trying to say that Slate Magazine's trying to say that they did not support sanctions against Russia? Are they trying to say that Democrats did not support sanctions against Russia when it's the Democrat president who's trying to go to war with Russia, who wanted the sanctions to begin with? That makes no sense right there. I mean, that's like a debunked ballbuster right there on Slate Magazine for lying to their audience. That's crazy. Slate continues, this should not be a surprise since presidents almost never have much direct control over gas prices. Everyone knows that the presidents have been puppets? I guess that could be true, but then what the heck was up with President Trump having gas under $2 for an extended period of time?
Oh, I'm pretty sure he has made many business contacts prior to him being president. You know what I mean?
You're right. It wasn't President Trump who did it.
he probably he knows all these people in the business circles, and I'm pretty sure he's I'm pretty sure he's had good business relationships with a lot of people. And
wait, are you talking about Trump or Biden?
No, I'm talking about Trump.
Oh, so you're saying that because of who Trump knows, that's how he got gas prices
I'm pretty
low?
sure.
Well, you should go work for Slate. Let me educate you. Okay, so President Trump deregulated many of the industries, okay? The deregulations caused them to take the prices, the penalties, and the taxes off of them. He also opened up and made our country energy efficient.
Yes.
And so all of that is what leads to lower gas prices. Because ultimately speaking, it could make more money for his people in business, but at the same time, I don't know if they would agree with it. But I think it was more of the deregulation, and it was more of the energy efficiency as a country that caused the gas prices to go low, as opposed to who he rubbed elbows with. I just gotta say, total respect, but I just gotta say.
Right. No, now that you mention it, I'm like, yeah, he did do that. I do remember all those things that he did. Yeah,
he totally was like undoing everything that they were trying to do. Anyhow, the article from Slate concludes, but unfortunately voters act like they do, which is sort of a sad cosmic joke of American politics, which means that he's blaming it on voters. Slate is. That's crazy. Well, you know what? I mean, it was a story. I mean, I guess you could, from Slate's point of view, blame it on voters if you believe that people voted Joe Biden in. So that statement does make sense on that part. But I mean, if they were to acknowledge the theft and the fraud, well, then that wouldn't make any sense at all, because no one voted for Joe Biden except for his staffers.
You're right about that.
8 other Americans.
Apparently, he's the most popular guy that's ever been voted for president in history.
And we just saw photos from his most recent attempt at doing some type of town hall, not even a rally. And the seats were empty, and it was like a gymnasium.
I'm not
It was
surprised.
very sad. It was very sad.
His brain is empty.
But I know, right? So many people just did not like Trump enough to go vote for Biden instead. But
Yeah,
they're not even spurring on Biden as their savior.
We've seen the rallies, man.
Or their victor. Yeah, 100%.
We've seen the rallies.
It says, well, after that stupid and dishonest narrative fails to lift Biden's poll numbers, the new one is this: the economy is awesome, you idiots. You just can't see it. You just can't see it because Q and Fox News or something. And I could stand to understand their point of view, I guess. I mean, what they fail to realize is that we don't even watch Fox News, the people that follow Q. And even then, I don't think that there are enough patriots out there that follow Q to blame it on the...
Yeah, you know, the Q thing, I stopped, man. I couldn't do it anymore, man.
Yeah, pretty much same. Yeah. Was I ever there? I was here before Q. Anyhow, so you can take a gander at a comprehensive rundown of those headlines at the located link in the article. Nolte says, let me tell you something about this. Less than a week ago, I paid almost $4 for a gallon of gas that cost about half that amount under President Trump.
Yep.
Last week, I paid nearly $14 for a carton of 5 dozen eggs that cost $5. Where does he live? I've never paid for eggs that cost $5 even, unless it's like, the 36 pack, like the 3 dozen,
That's $14 for a carton.
He must live in a liberal state. He must live somewhere up north, right? He must live in the Northeast or the Northwest.
You might, you at this point, just get your own chicken coop, man.
I would lay my own egg before I paid that much for it.
Shit, the prices of these eggs would make me lay eggs.
Exactly, right? I feel like I'm going to drop one right now. What the hell? $14 for eggs? What the heck? Where is this guy living? Clearly not in Texas. Okay. He says the weekend before last, he paid $65 for a sheet of plywood that costs less than half that under President. That's crazy. $65 for a piece of wood. And how much did they charge him to saw it? What was the service fee, right? To cut it for him?
Dude.
What's more, day after day, I watch my IRA sink lower and lower and lower under Joe Biden. And that's a sad fact right there. That's the hidden inflation, the hidden penalties, is that your savings, your IRA, your 401k is slowly vanishing.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. Because ever since I quit my job, I had this thing called the deferred comp. And I didn't really have that much money in it because, I was the only one working in the household and we needed the money like right now. But I did put I put a little bit, and I put like a few bucks in there every paycheck or whatever. And I'm living off of that right now. I'm almost done with it. But luckily now things are turning with my gigs and stuff. They're beginning to come in. But anyhow, the reason why I bring that up is because I said to myself, right, I was thinking to myself, I said, okay, I got this much money in this deferred comp. Now, I don't have a job to go to, and I'm only doing the at the time it was only the show. It was only the show, and I said to while I was doing the show, I was like, dude, I can't get paid doing this. I just can't. So now I have to figure out whatever. So when I decided that I was gonna take my deferred comp, like withdraw it out every so often, I said to myself, you know what? I'll take the freaking 20% that for the fees and the taxes. I'll take that over losing everything in there if I keep it in there, because I can so see that the money that I put in there would be lost, because I can see things in the economy getting really bad. And I don't want to be able to like lose that money. I'd rather take the loss up front now and take what I can take, as opposed to letting it ride in there. And then I'm pretty much crap shooting the money in there that I've put in every year, every paycheck for how many years.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I mean, you know what they say: if it's not in your hands, it's not yours. You know?
exactly,
And,
exactly,
it can go away at any point.
which is why I've been drawing it out, and it's almost depleted. It's almost depleted, but I'd rather have the money now that that I've earned and was able to gain from it than to freaking just let it sit in there. And then the way things are going right now, definitely I would definitely lose my money if I was to let it sit in there. I can see it. I can so see it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, undoubtedly, that is a documented fact of history when we get into an economy like we're getting into, and like you said, they say it's going to get worse.
It is, man.
Which I don't doubt. I'm sure that there will be harder times. I think the United Kingdom was projecting a severe what do you call it? A severe shortage, or what is that called again?
Yes, no, food shortages. I kind of saw
the food shortages are coming according to them, but like if you're like me, what you believe is there's no such thing as like food shortages or starvation. It's just that corporations are too stingy to like share it with the people. Like they're the ones that are causing that red tape between food and individuals. Or if you're like that comedian from the 1980s and 90s, it's because you live in the desert. Move somewhere where there's food.
Who?
Food doesn't grow out in the desert.
Who's
I don't remember his name. He's dead now. He was some fat comedian from LA.
That doesn't.
I know.
There's so many.
I could remember his name, or if I even knew it, like I would tell you now. But that was so funny.
There's so many fat comedians that have died that were from the 80s.
True that. He died in he died leaving a show somewhere between California and like Nevada in like a car accident. And I still don't know his name. I just know that he used to perform at the Comedy Store in LA. He was one of the originals. He came out usually in a trench coat. He was overweight and he was foul-mouthed, and he had a receding hairline with long hair. I don't know what his name was. I really couldn't tell you. I'm not a comedian expert, but
Sam Kinison? Was he loud?
Yes.
Sam Kinison? Was it Sam Kinison?
It might have been him. I'd have to see a picture, but that name sounds familiar. Overcoat, like usually an overcoat, long trench coat type thing.
Sam Kinison was the dude in Back to School with Rodney Dangerfield, and he was the professor that was yelling at Rodney Dangerfield. I don't know if you ever seen that movie.
I haven't, but yes, that's him. I'm looking at the picture now.
Sam Kinison.
He had a joke about. Now that I'm seeing his face, I'm laughing. He had a joke about food shortages and starvation and stuff. He was like, well, all the people who there's no food and it's famine, it's because they live in the desert. And he's like, I would help. He's like, I would take a truck and we'd load up their whole family and everything they own in the truck, and we'd move them to the city because there's no food in the desert.
Well, I'll tell you
all
what,
you people
man,
who have no food, it's a food shortage because nothing grows out here.
Well, I'll tell you what. You know what's? It's funny you mentioned something like that because honestly, if you think about it, with the food, if there are food shortages, right? The city is the last place you'd want to be in.
Well, tell that to Sam Kinison.
Why can't? He's dead.
Well, no, you're right, because no one knows how to grow or do anything. But I'm just guessing that by Sam Kinison's logic, at least things grow in dirt and not in sand.
Shit, I guess he thought that things grow in grocery stores. I don't know.
I mean, anyways, but that is hilarious. Yeah, right on topic. That one was. He was ahead of his time.
I guess he was.
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna pass you a link to that little gag in the private chat.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I will check.
You can check it out whenever you want.
I'll check that out afterwards for sure.
It's freaking hilarious. I'm not used to his style of comedy just because I don't like the yelling and the shouting and the vulgarities of it all. But I mean, I get that. That's what that generation was about. So at least from what I've deduced. But anyways, okay, so. How to end world hunger. Move them out of the desert. Anyways.
So what do you do if you live in freaking Nevada, dude, or Arizona? That's the desert. That's a straight up desert right there.
Straight up. I could not tell you, Speak. I could not tell you. Invest in, I don't know, hydroponic
New
farming
Mexico
or
too, man.
greenhouses
New
or
Mexico is a desert too.
terraform your planet, your area. I have no idea. Like I wouldn't know what to do. No, it was not Louis. It was not Louis Anderson. It was Sam Kinison. I don't think I didn't see much stand up by Louis Anderson, but I don't think he got as passionate and vulgar as Sam Kinison did. So.
No, he did not. No, he did not. He wasn't.
Yeah, no.
I think the other comedian I can think of who was like Sam Kinison, who was loud, would be Bobcat Goldthwait was another one.
You got me on that. I could not tell you who that is.
He was in Police Academy, the Police Academy movies. Yeah, he was kind of, he had a weird shtick, but yeah, he was one of those loud ones too.
Awesome. I tell you what, fam, I'll pop that link in the chat room as well in case you guys want to hear the rantings and ravings of Sam Kinison. There's a treat for you. Okay, so getting back to this article, it says golden goose eggs. No, it says his IRA. Okay, so everyone reading this knows of what I speak. We are all going through this. We're all experiencing mind-stopping price spikes no one under the age of 55 has ever experienced. We're all watching our modest stock portfolios become even more modest. We're all seeing empty shelves and an enfeebled president who refuses to do anything about it, who tells us to buy $60,000 electric cars, who puts trees and grass and foreigners and criminals above the law. Abiding Americans, and who opens the border to millions, literally millions of illegals who depress wages, steal jobs, and increase housing costs and spread disease and kill people. The media can try to gaslight us into believing, pshaw, what's a little inflation with the unemployment rate and the GDP and.
A little?
I know, right?
Hell no.
Apparently, apparently there are some liberals out there who are proud of the inflation, because as long as there's inflation and they are doing their civic duty and their patriotic duty to not complain, they're keeping Trump out of office. They're like,
by fucking stabbing yourself? By stabbing yourself, you're fucking saying, yeah, you know.
They're saying, as long as I bend over and take Joe Biden's flaccid at least I know, as long as I feel daddy up there, it's not Trump, right? That's what they're saying, literally, you know?
Man, I mean, the liberals have lost their minds, man.
Yeah, no,
I wouldn't even consider these people liberal anymore, man. They're beyond.
They're not. They're left-leaning progressive retards from like the sewer systems. They're not, because I mean, the classical liberal was 1,000 times more respectful than people who are trying to pass themselves off as liberals today. The classical liberal at least believed in the Second Amendment and, was anti-establishment and limited government, right? Not what we're seeing today. I don't know what the hell this mutant freak chimera is of a progressive socialist SJW crybaby communist person is.
Yeah, we'll just call them for what they are, commies.
They're all commies. And, I didn't know commies were such crybabies. I didn't know commies were such wussies with their wussy hats on.
I do not understand. I mean, a lot of these commies are youths. So
they are misguided, misdirected, or just drug-addled and addicted youth.
I don't get it. I mean, we've seen in history how communism does not work. We've seen in history with China. We've seen in history with other countries out there, Vietnam, whatever, Russia. Or formerly known as the USSR.
Formerly, yeah.
Like, we've seen the destruction of what communism is, but yet, aren't they learning this shit in school? I don't know.
No, they're learning how to molest children and groom them.
No, you're right.
That's what they're learning.
You're right.
We forgot, right?
You're right.
We forgot. We're learning about systemic racism and how white racism is the founding of this country. That's what we're learning.
It's funny you mentioned that too, because the other article that I have, actually after we do this, that's a great segue right there.
Perfect segue, huh? Racism, critical race theory,
Yeah.
all of that. That's what we're learning. That is what we're learning. To be fair, I used to be a fan of Che Guevara when I was like 15. Okay, but when I found out exactly
what he really was about.
And what he did, right, which is still lost on me, that you have black communists that praise Che, and I'm like, he hated you, right? Like, he would kill blacks, he would kill anything with a melatonin level denser than his, and he wasn't even white, but he probably thought he was still superior, which makes no sense at all. And the only reason why I admire Che Guevara was because of Gael Garcia Bernal's portrayal of him in Cien Años de... No, wait, that's a hook.
Was that the movie?
Motorcycle Diaries. Los Diarios de Motocicletas.
Was that a movie?
Starring... Yes, it is. Do you know Gael Garcia Bernal?
No.
Well,
maybe if I've seen, I don't know. Maybe I've seen a picture.
You might. I don't know if he's doing anything now, but oh my goodness, back in the day. I could watch that man in any movie.
I bet you can. I bet you could.
That's the only reason why I was like, Che's cool. Che's cool because Gael Garcia Bernal is hot.
They got you mesmerized, man. They got you mesmerized.
What? Yeah. Anyways, okay. Let's not venture into my own personal taste. Okay, so that's not what this show is about. No, just kidding. Okay, so but this is news. What Mr. C sees in men. Anyways, okay, so. Okay, all right. So getting back to the article about the severe gaslighting and Flaccid Joe's.
Oh gosh.
I'm going to call him Flaccid Joe from now on. That's going to be the new shirt from the Mr. C store. Flaccid
Please,
Joe.
yes.
Flaccid. Can't get it up, Joe. Anyways, okay. Just like he can't get up the economy, and he can't get up border security, and he can't get anything else up.
Nope.
And not even Jill can. Okay, so the media can try to gaslight us into believing, pshaw, what a little inflation with the unemployment rate and the GDP, but out here in the real world, we can all feel ourselves slipping further and further behind in a country run by an extremist president who shakes hands with the air and is incapable of empathy.
He shakes hands with the air.
He shakes hands with the air and he takes order from the Easter Bunny.
Oh my gosh, man. I mean, has the quality of picking somebody for office really gone down that bad?
I know, right? Like, you would think that these World Economic Forum, Davos, Bilderberger, Central on Foreign Relations people would have a better sense of picking who's going to be their but then again, this might have been exactly what they wanted. They're like, it'll take someone who's an invalid and incontinent to run this country to the ground so that this way they can excuse it on his senility.
Damn, dude. We're
I
doomed.
could be part of the program.
We're doomed.
For at least for the time being. Yes, we are. For the time being.
Let me go in here in the chats and see what's going on here. No, because I want to greet the people who came in.
Go for it.
Yeah, I just don't want to be. I mean, I know I won't be able to, read everybody's chat here. I like interacting with people here. It's fun, but but
they like it too.
Yeah, I know they do. And I know sometimes, and I still remember the times where people would just put shit up there just for me to read. So then I keep the bar up later. But I'm like, nah, man, I can't do that.
It was a rallied effort to keep the bar open as late as possible.
All right, let me see. Kiss, good evening. Thank you for those cookies. Tamer Grau, thank you for the 125 gold pills. Thank you guys for coming by the bar. Sazzy Q, good evening to you. And
pew, pew, pew.
I think that's all I see so far. Yeah, that's all I see so far, man. I got the usuals here, man. I love it. I love having the usuals here because they know they pretty much know how the show goes. We're having fun and talking all this smack right here. But yeah, man.
Awesome.
But yeah, after reading that, dude, it just Yeah,
It's true though. Like I've seen the reporters say that, this is a great economy.
that is
And we just
crazy.
don't know.
That's like, dude, that's a pure lie. If the
Yeah,
if it was so good, then why is everything going up? And
because as long as it's going up, we know that we're defeating Trump. I've seen videos of these people saying that, angry. They're like, yeah, I'm going to pay $50 to fill my gas tank because as long as I'm paying $50 to fill my gas tank, President Trump's not going to be in office.
Well, those are the people that probably don't have families too, because, if you're
those are the people who are getting their money from their mama. Like,
oh my God. You could be, no, you're right.
Tank.
You are right.
Because they still had 3 face masks and a face shield on while they were saying that. I'm telling you, okay? I've seen the videos. They're out there, okay? Go to libs of TikTok. They're all there, okay?
Oh, I heard about that. I heard about the person who created that, man.
Yeah.
I heard that person got doxxed
by a crybaby.
Yeah, man.
A crybaby who's clearly like 50 years old and needs to change their personal style and hairdress because it's not befitting the wrinkles and the sagging of their facial structure. I know I'm older too, but at least I dress my age.
You dress sharp, brother. You're a sharp dresser, man.
I do at least when I can wear it. At
least when you're on camera from the top up.
Why do you think sharp. I'm not on camera now? I'm just kidding. I'm sitting here la bouffe. No, just kidding.
I mean, for all I know, you could just be wearing a nice jacket, a tie, and a shirt, and then nothing underneath that.
A lot of people have suspected that, but I usually cut down that conversation, right? I usually stop that type of a speak in my chat rooms. They're like, I bet Mr. Season is under roofs. Oh, wouldn't you like to know? No, sir.
He's got some tarantarans on, man.
Tarantaran. They go all the way up.
Oh gosh, that is hilarious. All right, let me go to the next article. Oh man, this next article is gonna be
pew pew pew.
This next article right here, man. Let me share this with you real quick. Oh man, you see that?
Pizza Hut. I remember when Pizza Hut used to teach kids how to read. Oh wait, did they turn their reading program into this? You know how I got really fat as a kid?
Pizza Hut?
Was because they were like, if you read 11 books and you put the titles down on this piece of paper and take it to Pizza Hut, we'll give you a free personal pizza. So I mean, to be quite honest with you, I was a bookworm, but I didn't read all those books.
Well, look at the books that they have right there.
I was at Pizza Hut every week getting free pizza for being a bookworm.
Look at the books that they got right there inside of it right now.
Yeah, I see they've metamorphosized their program into teaching kids about what? Slavery and genocide. Genocide's kind of a heavy topic for kids, don't you think?
I would think so. They'll be like, what the hell does that mean?
Yeah, good Lord. What the hell does that mean? Mommy, what's a vagina? Like, what the hell is genocide? Right, Mommy, what is sex? Anyways.
Let me read this. This one comes from frontpagemag.com. Article reads, actually, this was published on March 7th by Daniel Greenfield. Mm-hmm. Article reads, Pizza Hut teaches kids America is built on slavery and genocide. Mm-mm. Which, I mean, if you think about it, back then the whole world was built on that pretty much. Mm-hmm. Every part of history and every culture was built off of slavery and genocide. So
that's a true fact, Speak. Every culture, every nation, every
absolutely
race has had that as part of their history. Very true, Speak.
So it says here, a fast food chain that makes bad pizza.
It's true. It's not good anymore. I do not like Pizza Hut. I do not like it.
I don't either. Not anymore. Not anymore.
It used to be good when I was a kid.
It was. Well, because it was the most popular one back then.
I mean, that's true. But I mean, honestly, I prefer Domino's to Pizza Hut now.
Yeah, Domino's is okay. I like Papa John's though.
I like Papa John's too, but if memory serves from a childhood, the pan pizza that Domino's makes now is almost exactly equivalent to the Pizza Hut pan pizza that they made when I was a kid.
Oh, wow.
And the Pizza Hut pan pizza now is like, what the heck is this? Anyways.
Cardboard.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Took the cardboard right out of my mouth.
All right, let me continue here. Daniel Greenfield, a Shillman Journalism Fellow at the Freedom Center, is an investigative journalist and writer focusing on the radical left and Islamic terrorism. Pizza Hut, unsatisfied with making kids fat. Come on, dude. It's freaking pizza, dude.
I'm satisfied with making kids fat.
I don't, I don't.
That's what happened to me.
Honestly, I don't think that they thought about, let's not make kids fat when they first came out. I mean, come on, dude. Pizza Hut was good. It used to. Well, at least when I was a kid, it was good.
I've seen the story behind Pizza Hut. It's true. They did not intentionally want to make children fat.
Shit.
Not like McDonald's.
Dude, I remember going to Pizza Hut before a football game, because we'd have to carb up before the day of the game. So, a bunch of us used to go to Pizza Hut and eat a bunch of pizza and pasta. And
nice.
Yeah.
We always went to Pizza Hut after church.
Damn, man.
Anyways, go ahead, speak.
This pizza talk, man. Because
I'm getting hungry for pizza.
As you know,
I don't know about you.
As you know,
real pizza food, not children.
As you know, right now I've been working out and I've been eating clean throughout the week, and this pizza talk is kind of making me crave a pizza.
Are we both going to break our diets tonight, or what?
No, I'm not. I mean, I already kind of broke it with having this cocktail, which is I've already finished it, man. The pineapple
minimal
fizz.
Allowance of carbs or sugar,
Well, sugar. I mean, I had the pineapple juice and I had the simple syrup in there. Not to mention, I'm drinking rum too with this thing.
Oh Lord!
Yeah, so
all
that's
sugar.
Yeah, all sugar. All sugar.
Yeah, all sugar.
All right. Pizza Hut, unsatisfied with making kids fat, also want to make them what?
Racist.
What?
Fortunately, that program was not enacted when I was a kid.
This is nuts, dude. The stale franchise, pardon me, I had to burp. The stale franchise chain has supplemented its menu of lightly charred cardboard covered. I knew it. I freaking knew it. I called it. In tasteless globs of something that a blind hobo might mistake for cheese with racism.
Wow, that's cheese served up with some hatred right there.
The person writing this article is not holding back.
Not a fan of Pizza Hut.
While Pizza Hut focuses on poisoning children with such horrible concoctions as cheeseburger crust pizza, fish and chips pizza,
gross.
What the
That's
hell?
Gross.
And sushi cream cheese pizza.
What?
The Pizza Hut Foundation is hard at work teaching students that America is racist and white people suck. What the hell is this, dude?
I guess they've gone woke. Now they got to go broke.
Oh my gosh. What the hell is this? I'm blown away from this. The training materials intended for use in the classroom want teachers to ask 10-year-olds how often you have thought about your race in the last 24 hours. Dude, I don't even talk to... I mean, I talked to my daughter about her race because, as you know...
She's not Mexican. She's from the islands.
As you know, she's half Japanese and half Filipino.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll ask questions from time, but not nothing, not anything deep. It's just just regular conversational stuff.
Mm-hmm.
This is nuts, man. If demanding that 10-year-olds spend all their time thinking about race sounds crazy, another Pizza Hut pamphlet. They have pamphlets now with tips for talking to kids about race claims that by 6 months, babies notice. No, that is a lie. You're telling me, so you're telling me that 6-month-old babies have the conscious mind to think about racial differences? No. I don't buy that at all. I don't.
Neither do I.
And that 4-year-olds show signs of racial bias. What?
You know,
What are
I
they
would
putting in their
say-
pizzas, dude? What are they putting?
I know, right? That's a good question.
Let's go dash this with a dash of woke. Dash of wokeness to the freaking. This is crazy, dude.
They got some woke sauce in there.
I don't
and
even
they
want to
got
know.
some
I don't even.
SJW seasoning.
I don't want to know where that woke sauce came from.
Uh-huh. They got some progressive seasoning and some racist cheese.
I bet they do. I bet they do.
Racist cheese. It's the Mexican blend. I'm just kidding.
From the bathtub.
Yeah.
The Empowering Educators Toolbox presented by the Pizza Hut Foundation urges teachers to tell their students that everyone is defined by race. No, that's just what they're spewing right now. I mean, I don't define myself by my race.
Who
I
does, right?
I mean, it comes up from time to time, but you know, I think somebody's personality projects more than their race does. How somebody
I can tell you.
how somebody presents themselves is probably the first, besides the point that besides the fact that you have to present yourself dressed nicely and all that stuff, like physical appearance, yes. But when you start talking to somebody, people feel you out about how you present yourself when you talk to them. They don't go by, oh man, this guy is black or this guy is white or this guy is whatever. Although, I mean, every time I see somebody with like green dyed hair and tattoos on their face, I mean, I already have a bias on them, man. I mean, they don't care much about themselves.
Profiling and styling speakers.
Hey, man.
I'm just kidding.
Hey, man. You know how they say that cops don't? They do.
I know they do.
They do, but it's not racial. I mean, they profile them as how the person is presenting themselves.
Right.
You know, I mean, like I said, you see somebody with green hair and tattoos on their face, or like a devil horn tattoo on their heads. I mean, come on, dude. Really, you're gonna tell me that you're? I don't know, man. I don't know.
Well, you know, a lot of the wussy hat SJW, I don't know what my gender is, and I need a safe space people dress like that nowadays. They're not like the hardcore punks and skinheads of yore. You know what I mean? Well, you know, I guess it just, you know, they get what they deserve. I'm just kidding.
I mean, you always have to present yourself in a. I mean, if you don't want to be, and dude. Don't say don't judge me, because fucking everybody does. Everybody does. Everybody judges everybody. That's just the way it is. How else do you accept somebody into your circle or into your space if you don't judge them? Or I wouldn't say judge, but I would
assess them.
Exactly.
Because I don't judge.
No, I judge.
I have broken bread with homeless people several times that are crazy, and they look crazy, you know, but I was like, let's hear their story.
and I'm the same way too. I've
betted with just kidding.
I've spoken to all sorts of people, you know, especially
I said broken bread.
Well,
I've invited them into my home. I have washed their feet. I have made them dinner. Okay.
Dang.
So I'm not saying these things for nothing. I don't, you know, I don't. Well, anyways, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm not trying to inflate myself or what I am or who I am. I'm just saying I understand exactly what you mean.
Right.
It's a visual thing, and the way they present themselves is exactly the way that people will take them. And that's just a fact of life. That's something that you can't escape. You know, you can't escape that. So present yourself how you are, or get judged.
Yeah. Especially if you have like devil horns tattooed on your head, and I don't know.
You're gonna expect that person to be hard, right? Not like a bookworm or something. Just
I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, and having interactions with a lot of people like that in jail, you know, they wonder like, why am I being treated different? Well, shit, man. Look at yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror. Would you hire you? You know.
Yeah.
Okay. If you're applying for some kind of like a respectable job that requires you to wear a suit and all this shit, do you expect somebody to hire you with all those freaking tattoos on your face or piercings in your face? Hell no, dude. No.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
It's true. It's true.
Where was I here? Oh, here we go. Forget MLK. The stale pizza franchise chain wants your kids to believe that they're defined by their skin color, not the content of their character. Yeah, we were just talking about that. But, okay, so I agree with that, but honestly, you're not going to feel comfortable having a conversation with somebody who presents themselves with all sorts of shit in their face, or, you know what I'm saying? You're not going to give them a chance because you don't want to be you feel uncomfortable already being around that person, right?
Yeah, depending on the individual. Now, I can tell you, as a hiring operations manager at a super large, retail person,
I know where
in Texas, we were very open to diversity, is what they call it.
I go to that grocery store from time to time, and I see.
And we had several managers and people who were what do you call it when they advanced them? Anyways, who made it into management, promoted them into management. And I'll never forget, there were two in particular, and the guy had basically a mohawk and gauges and nose rings, but he was like a lead manager in the store, and people were often mistaken about the kind of character he had, and I'm pretty sure that he was a hard guy outside of work. I don't think he was softy, even though the girl that was like that, who's also a butch lesbian, was a big old softy, but they gave them that opportunity, or I guess that business gave it the opportunity. I guess it just depends on your experience, because I know several nerdy, soft, almost spineless bookworm people who represent themselves that way in order to provide them cover from whatever it is that they fear that could attack them. I was the same way, actually, when I was in high school. That's why I was gothic. I wore all black because I was totally insecure. You don't want
to look approachable.
Exactly. Yeah. I didn't want anyone to mess with me, and it worked. No one would mess with me, no one talked to me, and they were actually quite often surprised that I was intellectual and friendly and nice, and etc. Whatever. I mean, grades speak for themselves, but that's not the point. The point of the matter is that's who I was.
So it's it was like a front.
It was definitely a front. Was it pretentious? Sometimes, but it was definitely a front. Yeah, definitely a front. Was I worshiping Satan in the corner? No, I was not.
You better not.
No, sir. Never would.
You better not.
Never would, sir.
All right, let me continue on. A sane country wouldn't take its cues on race from the people who decided to combine hot dogs and... Whoa. Why are we combining this shit?
Now they're bringing hot dogs. Are they talking code for pedophilia?
That's where I'm alluding to, man. It's saying hot dogs and pizza into something that looks like a Deshaun... That's the dog. Dachshund, yeah. Deshaun. Got run over by a garbage truck. But in a nation of woke corporations, Pizza Hut would like your children to violently hate America. Man, this is very sad, man. This is sad. America is a country built on a foundation of slavery, genocide, and white supremacy. A pamphlet for teachers stamped with the Pizza Hut logo declares, Pizza Hut is built on a foundation of turning kids into fat butterballs waiting for a heart attack. But honestly, that's America, dude. America has a problem with obesity, doesn't it? Right?
Well, I think it used to be bigger than it is now. Because when I look at all the millennials now, I'm like, shit, all you guys are skinny. What the hell?
Yeah, because
you guys got the right genes.
They're probably doing that stupid ass CrossFit thing, dude.
Kids, no, not out of the womb. Not into high school. Everywhere I look, it's like the generations beneath me, they're all fit. I don't see one fat kid. No, we grew up in the era of the fat kid speak and the easily accessible fattiness for the kid. I mean, come on. By the time I was getting into my adolescence, it was nothing but microwave dinners, order out pizza, McDonald's, and Cheetos, and Doritos. That was the big push in the 70s and the 80s, right? And that's my parents fell into that, and Pepsi and soda and Coke and everything else.
Yeah,
we were definitely the ones. We were the ones that were there to accept all of that poisonous processed food. And it hasn't been until last 5 or 10 years that parents figured out the reason why I've got a fat child is because of all this processed food. And kids also innately, it seems like these days, don't seem to take to that type of food as much as people like we did, and I say we, I don't mean to speak for you speak, but I was a very fat kid when I was growing up.
I was too. I was, I mean, not to say that I'm not right now, because I'm that, which is why I'm trying to lose weight now, because I'm at my heaviest that I've ever been in my life.
Same. That's why I only wear 2 different coats right now, because I can't fit into the rest of them right now.
Well, my motives right now to lose weight is because now that I'm DJing weddings, I can't afford to buy new clothes. All the nice clothes I have to freaking lose the weight in order for me to fit in them.
I feel that.
So that's why I decided I got to start working out and eating right.
And that's why I'm fasting right now. I've been fasting for a week. So
dang.
Hopefully I don't drop dead. I'm just kidding.
Are you at least drinking water though? I mean,
intermediately speaking.
Okay. Cool.
Intermediately.
Do it safely,
not,
bro.
Not the full 24 hours. Right. I've done it before. I've fasted many times in my life, and intermediate fasting has always been very helpful.
No wonder why you seem to be quite irritable in your shows lately.
No, I'm getting a little bit passionate, aren't I? Right. I clocked that actually when I was clipping out my shows, and I was like, dang, I look pretty passionate, and I need it.
I was thinking, dude, is there something going on where, is there something going on with Mr. C that I don't know? Is somebody irritating him? Is somebody bugging him? Is somebody
it's just life and fasting. That's all.
Okay, well, now that I know.
Thank you for noticing, Steve.
I noticed it, man. And I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who didn't notice it.
Oh, Lord.
Pretty sure. Let me get back to this. The actual best practices for teachers would be to teach your students to love America and avoid... Hey, I agree with that statement. And avoid Pizza Hut unless they want to close off their minds as thoroughly as their arteries. Nice.
This guy's got jokes.
He does. When Pizza Hut isn't serving up junk food, it's serving up junk history and junk factoids. I agree with that. A challenging conversations pamphlet claims that police force is the 6th leading cause of death for black men. Dude, that is bullshit. That's BS. That's just pure BS. According to the CDC, it's actually diabetes. That's true. And heart disease, too.
So Pizza Hut is the 6th leading cause of death in black men.
Yeah, because they're contributing to that. They're absolutely contributing to that. But it's understandable that Pizza Hut, which makes millions giving black men heart disease, strokes, and diabetes, want to blame the cops, who are the only people keeping the underpaid employees of struggling their franchises alive. 1,055 people were shot and killed by police officers in 2021. 234 of them were white, and only 139 were black. 632 of those who were shot were waving guns. Only 34 were unarmed. 459,540 black people died in 2020. With heart disease, strokes, hypertension, and diabetes accounting for around 30% of deaths. Pizza Hut and the rest of the Yum brands.
Oh, they're a Yum brand. That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Oh, is that actually a thing?
Yum is code, like yummy is code in pedophilia as well.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. It sure is.
I didn't know that was a thing. Like that was an actual brand.
Yummy is.
Brand's family probably killed more black men in one day than every single police shooting in a century combined. I agree with that. Not satisfied with being blamed for Michael Jordan's food poisoning during the 1997 NBA Finals.
What the hell?
Pizza Hut's handout to teachers rants about, quote, white privilege. What is that? And quotes a false claim that white teachers who refuse to recognize their privilege are harming their students. What is, okay, so I always hear them say white privilege this, white privilege that. What is that, dude? Because I work...
First of all, I got to say, the most frustrating thing about white privilege and how they talk about it is that no matter what you say to them, there is no way to escape white privilege because you're white. Like, no matter what you say, no matter even if you say, I'm a freaking trailer park trash and my mama's in jail, my daddy's a meth dealer and I don't got none of my teeth and they gave me AIDS at birth. Like, you could say whatever you want as a white person to someone who believes in white privilege, and you will still have white privilege even if you're poorer than the person accusing you of having it. That's frustrating. And it's also like, I don't know. I mean, it's like it's an unfair tactic. You know what I mean?
Yep.
A very unfair tactic, because apparently even the most richest black person can call the most poorest white person white privilege, and that's why they deserve to pay them reparations, and they are worse than dirt. And it's just because they're white, because they still have some type of privilege or acknowledgement or leniency in society because the color of their skin allowed them to be poor white trailer trash born with AIDS and no teeth. And yet that black person still got to the highest rankings of school with the best teachers and the best clothes. It makes no sense.
Well, I don't think white people have affirmative action.
They don't. Affirmative action is also racist.
That's privilege, right? That's privilege right there.
Well, what about black privilege, which is the privilege of being able to play a victim whenever you want?
Is whenever you can use that card also to, loot and not get in trouble for it.
Yeah. Well, so they think.
Man, it's got to be rough to be white nowadays. It really has to be really difficult to have to deal with this, man.
there are certain hosts of certain shows that base their entire show on that entire idea, and they're ruining the America First movement because they're proud of their whiteness, and they're showing who they really are. I already told you who that was the last time I texted you that person's name.
So, I mean, why even go to because now we're dealing with the whole race thing again,
Right.
I don't know, man. People just do a lot of stupid shit. They do. Even these Hispanic Mexican people who look white and they're not white, but yet they still fight for white privilege and white power. And I'm like, what, you're freaking Hispanic. You're not even white. Anyways, it's not the point. Let me continue on this ridiculous thing. The hateful pamphlet also promotes demands for race reparations. Really? You guys want to talk about reparations? I think Irish people have they've been treated way worse than black people have.
What about the indigenous?
Well, the indigenous kind of did that to themselves too. You know what I'm saying?
That's racist.
No, it's not racist because they were the same skin color. They were just different tribes. I'm just saying, man.
I'm talking about the way the white man and the Trail of Tears and all that stuff.
I don't know, man.
You don't hear the Indians crying, do you? I don't. They're quite content on their reservations and with their casinos.
Dude, casinos, man, really? Come on, man. You don't have to pay taxes. You collect the taxes. Jeez, man, this is crazy shit, man.
It worked for the Indians. I don't know.
Oh my goodness. By millionaire racist author Tanishi Coates, who wrote that the police officers and firefighters who died on December 11th were not human. Dude, this is sick, man.
September 11th.
Yeah. Are you serious? These dudes ran in the freaking building that
Did
was
she not know that it was not just white firefighters and officers that died?
it was
that day,
all sorts
or
of
what?
people, man.
She thinks that they were only white, or what?
I mean, if you consider all the dust going to them, then making their skin look white, I guess you can consider that. But shit,
I that must be what Tanisha saw. She's like, look, there's white as ghosts. A little pale.
I shouldn't be laughing at because, dude, honestly,
Well,
these
that's a
guys,
disgrace.
these guys gave their life, man. They ran into freaking a building on fire, man. Pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, I read a book about firefighters' experience, and he was actually in one of the Twin Towers when it went down, and he lived to tell the
Dude,
story about that.
that
And it
is
was
nuts,
just
man.
the craziest thing, the craziest memoir I've ever read. I was like, what the hell? Just the way he described everything.
That is crazy,
And,
man.
yeah, these are heroes, not freaking martyrs or even sacrifices to racist people like that. It's crazy.
I mean, I'll tell you what. I mean, you know, even if I was to ever been in that situation, if I ever had a situation like that, I definitely would do my job. I would definitely do my job without thinking about my own safety, just because it's something that's, you know, the training kind of pushes you to do shit like that, man. It does.
I mean, you people who do the job that you did are there for a reason, you know, something. Even the crooked ones at the end of the day, unless they were all about abusing their power.
You can tell who would actually do their job and who actually would not do their, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I was pretty good about who I got a good feel for when I was working with them. So there are people that would, and there are people that just wear the uniform and just wear the uniform.
Yeah. And collect the check.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Good to know Pizza Hut agrees. A guidebook to teachers marked with the Pizza Hut logo and with an introduction co-signed by Artie Stars. Then Yum. Yum's CEO of Pizza Hut claims that racism has been part of America's collective history since the first English colonists arrived in 1607. It's a good thing that the Spanish who were there a century earlier and enslaved and killed the Indians weren't racist. Well, Spaniards were, I mean, honestly, the Spaniards were white.
Yeah.
Right?
Just in pigmentation.
Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. But like I said, though, I mean, I'm not saying that in a way where, oh, white people are racist. I'm saying that in a way that, I mean, dude, that's just the way.
I mean, have you ever seen lightly pigmented Mexicans? They are
Dude,
they're so pretty.
You know who's a good example of that? Canelo Alvarez, dude.
Who's that?
The boxer.
Is she a boy? No, just kidding.
The boxer, Canelo Alvarez.
Okay,
He
I'm
looks like
looking
a
him up right
freaking.
now.
He looks like a freaking Irish dude, man. Like a
Is he
straight up
pretty boy?
redhead.
Let me see. Canelo Alvarez.
Canelo. Come on, man.
Canelo.
You speak.
Canelo.
You speak
I
of
heard
Spanish,
Canelo.
man.
I heard Canelo, and that's why I
No,
thought it
it's
was Canelo
Canelo.
at first. Canelo. Hang on, that's a horse of a different color.
Canelo Alvarez.
He's white, but he's not that cute.
No, but he doesn't even look Mexican, man.
No, he doesn't. He's a ginger.
That's what I was
That's what
saying.
I'm talking about. There's an entire species of light-skinned Mexicans that are just amongst the most beautiful people on this planet, and it's because they speak fluent Spanish, not because they're white looking. But anyways, I see what you're saying. Yeah, he could be cute.
There was there wasn't there like a heavy German influence down there in
Think
Mexico
about
too?
all the Nazis. No, just kidding.
No, I'm serious.
There's no telling at this point, like our entire world history has been totally fabricated. And, there were probably, nothing but Caucasians in South America and America, and then nothing but Indians over there.
Well, the reason why I say that is okay. So coming from a DJ's point perspective, because that's what I do, right? I've heard a lot of like cumbia music or Tejano music.
Oh, the German polka.
Yes. And
that's where the Tejano comes from.
It's heavily German influenced.
Mm-hmm. Boom, boom,
so
boom.
yes.
I can dance a polka.
Yes.
I can dance a polka around the room.
So I think there might have been a very heavy German influence down there in Mexico.
There was. Think about New Braunfels.
Oh yeah, you're talking about the cities.
Even here in Texas, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Absolutely.
All right, let me. Okay, it's a good thing that the Okay, I already read that part. Science has proven that race is not biological. Insists a pamphlet for teachers produced by a fast food chain that understands science almost as well as knows history and cooking. Don't question of it. Don't question. Don't question any of this. According to the Pizza Hut branded pamphlet, dude, they got a pamphlet. That's saying I don't see color, white privilege doesn't exist, and all lives matter are all racial microaggressions. Why do we even have to say shit like that, man? Never mind that Pizza Hut's entire existence is an ongoing hate crime against Italians.
I'm sorry, no, I was just some Pagvet threw the name Charo in the chat room, and I just had to.
Is he talking about the singer Charo? Or
Charo!
I know who he's talking about.
Oh my goodness,
that's
she's
like
still
80s.
Around, you know.
Yeah, that's like 80s.
She looks
stuff.
exactly the same way, from what I understand,
man.
and her breasts got bigger.
She's a plastic surgery face, then, huh?
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh gosh.
She's just the rage among the drag queen and trans community. Anyways, I'm just saying. I'm just sharing what I know.
Oh
Anyways.
Pizza Hut's bad education materials come in 3 flavors: racist lies, woke lies, and lies that could be easily disproven if someone involved in the racist pamphlets, which also promote fact-checking and warn against misinformation, bothered to spend 30 seconds on your favorite search engine there.
My favorite. Wait, where is it at? Where'd you see it? Did you say Go Ogle?
Yeah, well, I didn't say it.
Boy, I don't use Go Ogle.
I admit I do, but
I call out all of the patriots who are like, we're against Microsoft and Go Ogle, and then when they're on their live streams, they're like using Google to do a search. I'm like, really? Like, can you at least walk your talk? Like, seriously? Like, you're against this major establishment search engine, and yet you're going to show your audience you using this? Are you serious? Do you know how hard it is to make DuckDuckGo? And DuckDuckGo is bad now, right? But like,
yeah, it is.
How hard is it to put them? I mean, I'll be honest with you, Speak, as I have been with my audience over at Mr. CTV and the C Report. I mean, I still use DuckDuckGo, even though I know they're on the rampage to censor, because you still find a lot of content. Whereas, like,
start page, bro.
I've used Start. Actually, I forgot about Start Page. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, I always use Start Page.
And I was using Brave Net or something, and the searches are not as thorough as DuckDuckGo. So I'm gonna have to look at Start Page now.
Yeah,
but for all of you content creators lurking in the dark, you need to stop using Go Ogle in your live searches because you look like a damn hypocrite. Okay. I'm just saying, okay? And yes, this is someone who owns an iPhone, but I didn't pay for it. It was free. Coochie coochie. And
is that an Obama phone?
I had my Obama phone, but I didn't pay for it. It was free, okay? I have never had anything until about a year and a half ago. So I'm just saying, okay? Stop making the community look bad. It speaks like, everyone's going to hate the show.
No, I don't care. I don't care.
Awesome.
I use Google, but I use that for DJ stuff. I don't use that for, like, if I'm searching for, like, the articles, for example, today, I use Start Page, man. But when I'm like downloading stuff for DJing, I kind of have to use Google. So yeah, I'm
glad you reminded me about Start Page.
Yeah, man.
You got a Start Page because I forgot about them. Like, or it used to be called Starting Page or Start Page. Yeah, something like that, right?
It's always been Start Page as far as I remember.
I remember Start Page, but I forgot about them. So awesomeness. So I'll start using that.
For example, the Pizza Hut indoctrination pamphlet falsely claims that the Atlanta spa shootings were a hate crime against Asian people. The shooter was actually struggling with sex addiction and was never charged with a hate crime. Anti-bias, anti-racist instructions should happen year-round. Pizza Hut demands. Dude, Pizza Hut is just their stocks are going to go down. What does that mean? Pizza Hut hate pamphlets defend critical race theory and promote. Oh, there it is, CRT, and promote Bravo Lima Mike hate movement. Racist authors like Ibram X, who's Ibram X, Kendi and the 1619 Project. Oh, there it is. CRT right there.
Exactly what I was thinking when they were talking about whites coming here in 1607 and being, and that goes back to the 1619 Project, right? Which is Ketanji Brown Jackson's homegirl. So they're both Pennywise.
Pennywise.
The founder of the 1619 Project. I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but she looks more like Pennywise than Ketanji Brown.
Oh gosh, man! I can picture that already.
They all float down there.
Oh gosh. But that's what happens when you get your history from subsidiary of Yum, brands which once infuriated Vietnamese American refugees by using a communist red star in a logo. There you go.
So they were
there
communists.
You go. They're communists.
Wow.
The obvious question is why Pizza Hut trying to poison kids in a whole new way? Well, why not expand the way they poison people, right? The answer, as Pizza Hut's new chief equity officer, Shaquan Lewis said, is equity. What? Okay, I don't get it. How is that equitable? Pizza Hut is introducing a new chapter in our long-standing commitment to literacy, focused on the intersection of equity and education, Lewis said. Wow. Literacy now means corporations turning kids into Marxists at shareholders' expense. Pizza Hut's literacy project emphasizes young activists, SJWs, finding amazing examples of activism. Dude, I can't read today. And get your students involved. A program backed by a garbage pizza chain insists. Corporate Marxism has become as ubiquitous as it is infuriating. But wokeness is also a symptom of a declining corporate power. Mm-hmm. Domino's beat Pizza Hut around the same time that Trump beat Hillary.
Oh.
Pizza Hut sales fell in 2020, even as the pandemic helped boost Domino's and Papa John's by 17.6% and 15.9%. The largest Pizza Hut franchise with over 1,300 locations filed for bankruptcy in 2020 after struggling with $1 billion in debt. Pizza Hut's garbage pizza is as woke as it is broke. Having destroyed pizza in its own company, Pizza Hut now wants to destroy America. Mm-hmm. So I guess you can say that misery loves company.
Yep, they're joining who? They're joining Disney, and they're joining all of the streaming platforms, and they're joining Pepsi. And yeah, I'm glad you read this article, Speak, because I had no idea that Pizza Hut was that woke. And now I'm expecting that company to totally go broke.
I mean, it's going to. I mean, it's they're going to do it to themselves.
Once this gets out there, yeah, they're destroying themselves.
But you know, at the same time, just observing the way the youth is now, man, like, I don't know. You know, I really don't know. Because
what do you mean? Like they're going to continue supporting Pizza Hut or what?
No, not Pizza Hut. I'm talking about, you know, what they're learning in school and all this stuff, and they're really buying into it. You know. Well,
I mean, didn't we all buy into what our teachers taught us? Unless we were rebels.
Shit, I skipped a lot of school, so I didn't care about school.
You were a rebel, like.
I didn't care about school. The only reason why I was in school was for two things. That was sports and girls, and that was it. That was it. Mm-hmm. Well, I was there for friends too, but shit, man. My motivation to going to school was mostly for girls and sports. That's about it.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, all right. Let us get into this next one right here. Let me see. Which one is you? Oh, yeah. This is...
I can't talk about this.
Let me do the share screen with you first before anything. Let's see. Share screen. Bam. I hope you guys are enjoying yourselves today. I see a lot of movement on the chats. I'm sorry.
Subpack Vet's out. WC Cranop's out. Everyone is hanging out tonight.
Man, that is awesome, man. It's so nice to see the names, the familiar names, not only on your channel, but also on mine, man. It's awesome.
Mhm.
It's like we're family here, man.
Yeah.
Let's
Stop
see.
on by sometime, kids.
Oh, she's busy, man.
Lord.
No, Kiss is busy, man. And I know this because she mods for different channels. And I think, yeah, she mods for all sorts of channels, man.
Awesome.
But she's good people, man. Like, she stepped up. Like, I didn't even ask anybody, and she just kind of volunteered herself. And I'm like, cool. I really appreciate the help because, you know, running this whole thing sometimes it could be overwhelming. Especially when you're sharing articles and you're sharing videos, it gets real tough to do everything. And then on top of that, you have to promote your stuff, and it gets very difficult. So I'm very grateful for Kiss's assistance. Thank you, Kiss.
Very good.
All right, let me share this. Let me share this craziness with everybody.
Uh-huh.
Bam!
I was just like, I knew he was gay. No, just kidding.
Oh shit, man! Look at him. Oh my gosh, man.
Just let me know when that article's been shared. Are we ready?
We're good. We're good.
Okay, so perhaps all of you all have heard a little bit about the trouble Mr. Madison Cawthorn has been getting into with the GOP. Do I need to preface the story about why this photo is here?
Hold on, man. This guy's in the GOP.
Yes, he is an America First, Trump supporting MAGA movement.
Oh my God.
I'm telling you, like this dude is all about taking it to the establishment GOP and destroying the Democrats and the rhinos. Okay,
yeah, you gotta understand. Remember, I don't really follow the news anymore, so
you're gonna be maybe you'll fall off your chair with this one. So this is some stuff that's just this is not even the latest attack against Madison Cawthorn, ladies and gentlemen. Let it be known that I'm fully on his side, and he is also wheelchair bound, in case you didn't know.
Yeah, I know who he is now.
Yes, he is a very handsome man, and I don't like pigments that light. But okay, I mean, when this came out, I was like, I saw the headline in my my news feed, and I was like, oh my God. I was like, I have to. Is he wearing a teddy? I was like, I need.
You know,
are there pictures? Like,
okay, so is this a picture or is it a video?
I think one of the articles I read said it was it was photographs, but it looks like it could be a video, right? Like,
I don't know, because the pictures kind of look a little cropped to me.
Yeah, like
weird.
That one girl with her mouth all like sideways. It looks like, she's like in a video, like it's a still shot or something like that.
It looks, the pictures look really like kind of weird. Like it doesn't look like it doesn't look like it's an actual picture that's been taken. It looks like a picture that's been messed with.
Photoshopped,
yes,
right?
Yes.
Some people have said that, but Madison Cawthorn has admitted that these are real photographs. And they were taken on a cruise well before he was, a part of Washington, whatever. And he said, look, like the GOP establishment is just going after me because of what he said and did and pissed them off. And now they're engaging in a slow drip campaign of information that is like against
him. Yeah.
They are definitely doing that. So apparently someone got a hold of one of these two girlfriends of his, right? And they shared the pictures with them, and then they sent them to Politico, et cetera, et cetera. It's interesting, though, because for those of you who have not followed the Madison Cawthorn story, about a week or two prior to these photos hitting the newsstands, Madison Cawthorn made a statement that said he was invited to a cocaine sex orgy from a well-established member of the GOP, a career politician, which I call a cocaine-infused geriatric sex orgy. Because, like, let's face it, like, they're all like 80. Okay, so
yeah, so they need a little boost.
And they're probably like, you're in a wheelchair, you probably don't get invited to cocaine-infused sex orgy, so come to the geriatrics cocaine-infused sex orgy, right? And he would be a hit there. I mean, they'd probably, actually, I would say they would toss him around, but I mean, they're geriatrics, so they probably couldn't. But the shoe fits, right? Or the wheel fits, whatever. Anyway, so Madison Cawthorn makes this statement on an interview that he was doing with some independent citizen-led journalist, live stream people who, I guess, I don't know, I cannot seem to land them, but more power to them. Okay. And so he makes a statement, and then I guess this McCarthy guy, they're all pissed off at him. They're all mad at him. They're like, Madison, how could you tell them that we have cocaine-infused geriatric sex orgies, right? And McCarthy's in a whole bunch of other trouble right now, though, with, I think, the awake American populace. Like he's got a lot of other stuff stacked up against him. And, it's just like I said, we're at a point in time where everyone is going to reveal who they are, unmask themselves, and we're going to see exactly who they are. And it's happening. Like everyone that needs to be exposed is exposing themselves,
Interesting.
But anyhow, so they released these photos in a hit against him, right? Because he wouldn't dress like that to their cocaine-infused geriatric sex orgy. They tried to embarrass him. And he stood up to it. He admitted that they were real. It was on a cruise during one of those game shows that they have during the cruises.
Yeah, so this was like a joke. It wasn't like a serious.
Yeah, it was part of some game show, according to him. Now, admittedly, I've never been on a cruise with a game show where you are suddenly dressed, in like lingerie, and I can't imagine how difficult or easy it might be for someone with his affliction to get in and out of women's lingerie. I don't know if that was pre-planned. I don't know if they did it on the spot. I don't know if it was one of the challenges. I'm not even going to speculate, because the point of the matter is that he owned up to it. Now, I'll be honest with you guys. If you see that sign in the back, it says Queso. So I was avidly searching for any gay clubs called Queso. I was like, was he at a gay club? Is there a gay club called Queso? Like, let me find out. I don't care if he's gay. I mean, he can be a log cabin Republican. It's whatever. But that's not the point. The point is they were trying to smear him and embarrass him.
He probably got set up for that.
Yeah.
Oh, well, no, wait. This is before, right? This is before.
He said it was well before he was ever in. I don't know how long before, because he kind of looks like the same age to me. He's like 27. He's like a baby.
Yeah. He does have a baby face.
Yeah, he definitely does. And so I don't know when this was, but it was well before he was elected, and he's still a freshman congressman. He's still, and that's why they're afraid of him, because all of the incoming representatives and senators who are freshmen mean business, and they're not playing politics as usual. They're not doing what the establishment is used to them doing. They're not buying out to the briberies. They're not buying out to blackmail, I guess, is another thing, but they're not doing what these politicians are used to, like, handing them an invitation to a cocaine-infused geriatric sex orgy, and someone in the past might have been like, oh, this is my ticket, I'm finally in, I'm accepted into the cocaine-infused geriatric club. I've made it. I've never been into daddies, so I would never be there, but it's crazy. But it also shows the difference in what's coming in versus what's been there, and they're doing hits against him. The latest one after this is now they're accusing him of insider trading, but yet Nancy Pelosi and Dianne Feinstein and everyone else, and all of them are allowed to do it, but now they're going to try and peg this on Madison Cawthorn. And I'm not just defending him because he has photos of him in lingerie and obviously a little lush, right? Anyways, let's read the article speak.
Ready when you are.
Okay. It says, photographs obtained by Politico appear to show Madison Cawthorn, the embattled Republican congressman from North Carolina, who recently accused his GOP colleagues of inviting him to
is.
wearing lingerie in what appears to be they forgot to put cute cocaine infused and geriatric.
Yeah.
Wearing lingerie in what appears to be a party setting with queso in the back, right? I was looking for queso nightclubs in North Carolina. Anyways, Cawthorn, 26, I heard he was 27. Okay, anyways, 26, was raised in a conservative Baptist community in Henderson County, North Carolina, and has staked his political person on ARC traditional Christian principles and the insistence of the importance of a kind of hyper-masculinity. Oh, well, you know what they say about those guys who are hyper-masculine. They always get really soft in the bedroom. His comments about the sexual perversion in Washington made on a podcast, which he later admitted were exaggerated, drew the public disapproval and disavowal of minority leader I bunk with a gay liberal, Kevin McCarthy, as well as other Republican leaders, including those in his North Carolina congressional district. Now, before we go on, I would ask anybody out there, do you think that there is some truth to what Cawthorn said? Because honestly, I do. Okay, I mean, if Barry Soetoro can snort cocaine and get some guy to like do rails off of his dick, okay, this is documented. I don't know why this guy is not dead yet, but there was a gay guy, all right, that knew Obama as a senator and used to get high with him and give him blowjobs, and it's documented. Okay, the guy's still alive. They went to court and everything. And not to mention, I'm not a fan of him, but Roger Stone also said, I'm part of the Washington, D.C. elite for years, and what Cawthorn says is true. So I don't doubt it, guys. I don't doubt it. I'm sure that they threw Waddles Nadler around like a freaking volleyball at these. He's like 5'2", okay? So... they passed him around like he was, a joint or something. Anyways, this is probably something that's not so easy for some people to wrap up their brain around. But if you think about these people who think that they rule the world, they're all powerful, they get paid a lot, and they don't do anything, they're gonna be this egregious in their vices. Their vices are gonna go, I would imagine, pretty far. And that's not even talking about like the child molestation or anything, or the human trafficking, or the frazzle dripping, and that's another level altogether.
That is another level, man.
If they can do that and worship Satan and all that stuff, I don't doubt that they can have a cocaine-infused geriatric sex orgy with Dianne Feinstein as the centerpiece, stuffed pig. Like I do not think that is out of their reach. Like, I'm pretty sure some of this is true. Anyways, the article continues. The revelation of the two photos is the latest in a series of unflattering headlines for the freshman member of Congress in the runner-up to the primary in his first re-election bid. The primary in North Carolina is May 17th. He might get more votes.
I think so. No, I think so. I think so. He owned it. No, because he owned up to it.
He did own up to it. He did.
People like that shit.
He said they're just trying to hurt me, and it's not going to work. Basically,
I think so. He is going to get more votes because
and just think about all of the SJW liberal flip floppers who don't have any sense of integrity, and we're like, oh, he's hot, and then they're going to find out he's in a wheelchair after they vote, and he's like, damn it.
No, I think he's gonna win. I think what he did was smart to own up to it, because a lot of people they like somebody honest. If you get caught doing something, own up to it, and you get a lot more respect that way from people.
He could have said this was a deep fake, right? He could have photoshopped. Yeah,
he could have, but I think he made the right decision owning up to it.
Mm-hmm. So in North Carolina on May 17th, Madison Cawthorn has 7 Republican opponents, and they see him as vulnerable. Cawthorn, who was paralyzed from the waist down as a passenger in a car accident in Florida in 2014, in recent months has called Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky a thug and a pansy who wears stilettos and tight leather pants and dresses like a fop, because we played that video at the C Report. Suggested teetotaling Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi has a what? He suggested teetotaling Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi has a drinking problem. I was like, teetotaling, is that like some kind of like awkward sexual position I've never heard of?
I don't know.
And racked up a collection of traffic transgressions, including speeding, driving with expired tags, and driving with a revoked license. He has court dates in May and June. So as someone in a chair, he's been speeding. He's like, I don't give a shit.
Wow, this guy's pretty bold, man.
That's what it sounds like to me. Politico could not independently verify the photos, which are screenshots of original images. They are provided to Politico by a person formerly close to Cawthorn, probably one of those two bitches, and his campaign. A second person formerly close to Cawthorn and his campaign confirmed the origin of the photos. The date the photos were taken is unclear, though they appear to show Cawthorn sitting in a wheelchair, indicating the event happened after his accident. In the photos, he is wearing a distinctive pendant necklace of pearls and gemstones that have appeared in other images and videos of Cawthorn. The photos have started to circulate among political rivals, and I bet you they're all freaking getting hot over it.
Dude,
Cawthorn, they're like, damn it, why didn't he come to that orgy?
This is one thing. This is one thing that really turns me off about politics is when the mudslinging is just. Okay, when you're trying to expose corruption and stuff in a campaign, okay, that's great. But when you start like talking shit, because this is pretty much talking shit about somebody.
Yeah,
you know, you're going to levels of where you're just insulting them. It's childish. You know what I mean? That's the part of politics that really pisses me off. Like it's so freaky. Like, who cares, man? Like, who cares about these little things?
When I saw this, I was like, if this was during Halloween, he gets a pass, right? You know, he gets a pass. In my book, he gets a pass if this is during Halloween. But it wasn't. It was during a game show on a Carnival cruise or something. And so, okay, well, that's even more innocent than Halloween. So
absolutely.
He gets a pass, you know? And he didn't fold under their pressure. He owned up to it. Yeah, absolutely. So I mean, I'm all about it, you know. Let's see here. It says Cawthorn spokesman Luke Ball did not respond to multiple.
What's the name?
Luke Ball. Madison. Would you really have a spokesperson named Luke Ball? Anyways, a lukewarm ball. Anyways, after this story published, Cawthorn tweeted that the photos were taken of him during a game on a cruise before he was elected to Congress. He says, I guess the left thinks goofy vacation photos, and they do make you do goofy things on cruises. I've been on plenty. It says goofy vacation photos during a game on a cruise taken way before I ran for Congress is going to somehow hurt me. They're running out of things to throw at me. Share your most embarrassing vacay pics in the replies. Cawthorn also says, I was raised on Proverbs and push-ups. And He said that in September of 2020.
Good. That's a good comeback right there, what he just said.
Right?
Man. I like that shit, dude.
Right?
That is badass.
He says, I subscribe to Judeo-Christian beliefs. I have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. I think if you think about my political ideology, where it really stems from, you know, my ethics and my morals and what I think is right and wrong, you look to ancient Jerusalem, you got ancient Judeo-Christian values.
Ooh,
so right and wrong. He
man.
continued, I also cling to a lot of traditional values and a lot of traditional ideas because they've worked in the past. He goes on to say, I think that we have bred a generation of soft men, and that generation has created a lot of problems in our society and our culture. And a lot of them have cocaine-infused geriatric sex orgies. And then he also concluded that this culture is designed to reclaim and restore masculinity in a society. that is even more dismissive of what it means to be a man. There's only one God and two genders, he said earlier this week.
Nice.
Go Cawthorn. I guess.
Nice.
Well, I guess I can just give up. I give my ideas and hopes. No,
You know why? You know why he's like this, man. I mean, besides the point, he's an American first patriot is because he's young, man.
Mm-hmm.
When you're young, you're very bold. You don't really think too far out about things, and you just do. So I think this is gonna work out for him. You know, first off, he owned up to whatever it was, and then on top of, and then he doubled down by just, you know, talking the stuff that he said was very, very
speaking
good.
Truth to power.
Man. Good for him, man.
Speaking truth to power.
Good for him.
Yeah, this was news, really. Madison Cawthorn in a Teddy at a cruise. I was gonna say gay cruise at a cruise game show.
A gay cruise.
Try harder, GOP establishment rhinos. Try harder, okay? Try harder.
They're gonna have to. I mean, he. I mean, well, how can you? Where's the comeback for that? How can you come back?
I know.
With
You know, the comeback is insider trading. That's the comeback. That's the next hurdle he has to get through. And the man's in a wheelchair.
Yep.
So eat your heart out, rhino establishment.
Man.
Eat your heart out.
Big ups to him, man. Big ups to him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now that we had this, so
Great
this story, I mean, the story that you just read, it didn't really. I thought it was going to allude to something else.
You thought he was gonna be like a trans.
Yeah. And you know what's weird is because, you know, today when I was searching for articles, man, I saw a lot of like, you know, transsexual stuff and just a whole bunch of things that you know we've been reviewing for the past few weeks. You're right, man. It's beginning to be all out there, dude. You know.
Yeah. I couldn't find any of those today, and you know I was in a tough spot for time.
No, well, I understand. I mean, you had your own show too, and that's understandable. But man, when I was
looking for, I was like, it's trans articles. It's gonna be the easiest thing to find. It's gonna be the easiest thing to find. I couldn't find anything.
Oh, there was a whole
I was like,
bunch.
Cawthorn was wearing a Teddy. Let's go.
You didn't go to the go-to, man. You got to go to the go-to. It was all in the go-to today.
Oh Lord.
Let me go to the chats here real quick. Let me see who's here. Sea Dragon, what's up? Thanks for coming by tonight, man. Or in your neck of the woods, I think it's afternoon. Thank you so much for the cookie. He said, let's thin out the dang rhinos. Yes, let us. Crane up with the 1336 gold pills. Thank you so much, sir. Or I should say brother. Let's see. He says, la 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 la. Not imprinting on mine, Mr. C. La 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 la.
It's either Madison
Swamp
Mittelli
creatures.
or it's Diane Feinstein getting railed by all of the geriatrics in the field.
Oh man, cool. He rounded it off to a cool number too, 1776. Thank you so much for that, Crane Up. My brother, man. My brother. Good peeps right there, man. All right, let's go to the final article for tonight. I thought that this article that you read was gonna allude to something like this, but it's way different. Let me share this with you. Let me share this with you first, because let's get your reaction first before I even show it to everybody.
Oh Lord. What? That's gonna be embarrassing. First of all,
hold on, don't say anything. Let me show the people now.
I guess at least he wasn't caught, rubbing one out.
Well, I mean, shit. Well, yeah, I mean, who knows if he was or if he wasn't.
Do they have no self-control? They're that comfortable amongst their colleagues to act in such ways.
Well, he definitely got caught. He definitely got caught watching. Well, let me show it. Let me show it to people. There's the article right there.
Where'd you find this?
This is my other go-to right here, man. TheLadBible.com. They have great stories. I mean, they're mostly based for UK news and like British stuff, but I find a lot of good stuff there, man. I really
That's
do.
funny. What a title.
So, article is...
What a headline.
Yeah, I know, huh? This one was published on the 27th, which was today. It was written by Claire Reed. Article is from the ladbible.com. Article reads, Conservative MP caught watching porn in House of Commons chamber next to female colleague.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
He couldn't wait, man. This guy couldn't wait.
He was bored, apparently. He's like, I have nothing better to do than watch porn here. Like, what the hell?
He's right next to his female colleague. Unless, I don't know, man.
Maybe he was like trying to be like, insinuate or, suggest something. Like maybe she would be like, oh, he's watching porn.
He couldn't go to the bathroom or something. I don't know, man. These people are weird.
That's crazy.
It is. A Tory MP was allegedly watching porn on his phone while sat in the House of Commons besides a female member of Parliament, according to a new report. The horrified minister told her colleagues about the alleged incident, prompting a meeting at Westminster last night. The minor reports. Jeez. He couldn't help himself. Conservative Chief Whip Chris Heaton Harris has said the alleged incident is being investigated. In a statement, his office said the chief whip.
No pun intended. Oh, these Brits and their parliament. I never understood it myself.
I wonder what he was whipping, man.
Oh, Lord.
Sure wasn't whipped cream.
Was he watching porn also? No, just kidding.
Maybe he was whipping some whipped cream. I don't The chief whip is looking into this matter. This behavior is wholly unacceptable, and action will be. I'm pretty sure action was taken during.
Some kind of action.
Raging palms? I don't know. 3 different sources told the news outlet that around a dozen women MPs at the meeting shared accounts of alleged sexism and harassment by their colleagues. I wonder if they usually. I wonder if this happens often.
Well, here's the funny thing, though. The Tories, if I'm not mistaken, as a political party, are the Conservative Party.
Well, I mean, the guy they did say in the article was from the. He was a conservative.
It's cocaine-infused geriatric sex orgies. I'm telling you,
man, he shouldn't have taken a hit of
What's
that.
up with the GOP? I'm telling you, someone was ragging on me for focusing on rhinos the other night, and I was like, "Are you serious? Like, Illuminati is 101, and Democrats are 201. We need to be talking about some of the higher up things, like the way that these conservatives have fooled everyone into going along with things." So anyways.
Oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And hence one of the reasons why I don't even follow politics anymore, because they're both one and the same thing.
Yes, they are the left and the right arm of the same WWE wrestler.
You got to remember, you got the left wing, you got the right wing, and it's still a freaking bird in the middle.
And they
it's still
still have beers after the show.
Mm-hmm. It's all an act, man. It's all an act. The meeting was also attended by Chief Whip, Heaton Harris, Party Chairman Oliver Dowden, and Leader of the House of Commons Mark Spencer. Former Prime Minister Theresa May was also said to be at the meeting. I wonder what she was doing.
Oh, Lord.
One MP told the Mirror, man, they got weird verbiage here.
Uh-huh.
It was like a bloodletting.
That he was watching porn? They're very dramatic over there in Britain, from what I understand. Very dramatic.
Why? I mean,
as long as it was bloodletting and not anything else letting.
No.
Any other kind of like bodily fluids.
No, not even bloodletting. Especially if there's a female involved. No bloodletting, please.
Oh God, Lord, raspberry swirl time or what? Anyways. Some dudes are into that. I wouldn't
No.
be.
No.
Nope. If that happens in my case, it's like there's a problem going. There's a really big problem. Don't put your face in that, okay?
Oh my gosh. Everybody was sharing awful stories of what had happened to them in the Commons at the hands of male MPs. I wonder what MPs stand for.
Prime ministers? I don't know.
No, MPs, not PMs. Prime Minister P
Oh, my
is
bad.
PM. The chief whip clearly hadn't been expecting it and looked knocked for 6. But the big question is what happens next. Oh, here we go. Another MP said, they were genuinely shocked and horrified. They must realize that there is a serious issue that they need to address. I can't read
Member
today.
of Parliament.
Oh, okay. That's what MP stands for.
Yeah, I got you.
The meeting came amid reports that 56 MPs, including 3 cabinet ministers, are facing allegations of sexual misconduct referred to the Independent Complaints and Grievances Scheme. Over the weekend, there was outrage after a report in the Mail on Sunday publishing sexist and disputes claims from unnamed Tory MPs that Deputy Labour leader Angela Rayner tried to distract Boris Johnson with her legs during Prime Minister's questions. Well, dude.
So the Labour Party is like the Democrat Liberal Party.
I'm pretty sure this shit happens all the time, dude.
Yeah, I hear that those Brits are pretty randy, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I'm pretty sure this shit happens. Well, I mean, considering who's in the, now that I'm thinking about it,
Who, Boris Johnson?
no,
You think he's a sexual raging beast or what?
no. I'm thinking, does this happen in our House of Representatives too?
Hello,
House
Madison Cawthorn. They invited me to a cocaine-infused geriatric sex orgy.
No, but that's after a meet. This is like during a meet where they're doing sexual stuff.
like as if though during the as if during the State of the Union, they're all like getting hot and frisky and Twitter-pated.
Somebody could have a jacket over their lap and some congresswoman sitting right next to the Congress dude
or whatever it is that they prefer. Yeah. The cameras do not reveal that much, although I'm sure if you did a search frame by frame, you might catch something.
I don't want to.
Why do you think that Nancy Pelosi kept standing up in her chair?
Who was next to her? That was Pence, right?
No, I mean, it was Kamala, but I mean...
you're talking about...
How do you know that Nancy is not succumbing to her own devices? Here she stood up, she's all, ooh, gas fields of death.
Are you referring to like an electric toothbrush?
You can call it that. It's just a little bit thicker and a little bit softer. No, just kidding. Your audience is going to be like, what the kind of hell is show we coming to on a Wednesday night?
Well, I mean, these are the articles that pop up,
Yeah.
We're
just running with it, guys. Okay.
I don't go looking for like sex-related stuff, but if shit's funny, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I hope nobody gets offended out there. I mean, I know I do my Monday shows, but,
The entire Nancy Pelosi thing, I think, was enough to offend everybody.
Oh, gosh.
And they're still after the Dianne Feinstein thing? Well, God bless them.
Let me continue on. Speaking on ITV's Lorraine on Tuesday, April 26th, Rayner said she had appealed to the paper not to run the story based on claims by an unnamed Tory MP. When I heard the story was coming out,
yeah,
nice choice of words.
Yeah.
And we rebutted it instantly. Yeah, so, is that what they call it? They call it a story, right?
Yeah.
Like, this is disgusting. It's completely untrue. Please don't run a story like that, she said. All I worry about when I am at the dispatch box is doing a good job and being able to do justice to my constituents. Being able to do justice to your constituents?
They have constituents in the United Kingdom. I thought they were all servants of the crown.
Right? I don't think they have constituents.
The grand illusion, right? That's why I say only
is.
Americans are free on paper.
It
That's
is.
all fake over there, obviously.
And the work I'm doing, so I just really was crestfalling that somebody has said that to a paper, and a paper was reporting that.
Mm.
And that's the article right there, man.
Well, what about ambulance workers sacked for having sex in the back of ambulance? No, we don't have to get into that story. I just saw the headline. Caught my attention.
There's
how poetic. I guess Brits use words like crestfallen on the usual for them to print it in a story. That's nice.
So there you go. A conservative MP caught wash warrant.
There are no photos. No, just kidding.
I'm pretty sure there are. I mean, I'm pretty sure there are. They have cameras in there that caught, that.
Who? They didn't name. They did not name the member of parliament, did they?
No.
They should have.
No.
I mean, if it had been Madison Cawthorn, they would have named him.
Oh wait! It does say here. It says Conservative Chief Whip Chris Heaton Harris has said the alleged incident is being investigated. Oh no,
Being investigated.
Yeah, they didn't mention who.
Someone's got to say it. Like, I'm all MP watching porn.
Yeah, they didn't.
Parliament, not prawn porn. Parliament.
Yeah, they didn't mention who. So, well, that's the article, guys.
And that comes to you from across the ocean, across the pond.
That's absolutely over there. Our what would they say? Colonial cousins or some shit like that.
Yeah. I mean, let's face it, guys. We are still functioning under the crown. We have been lied to.
Yeah, but like who though? Because I have my theories about things.
Wait, what do you mean who though?
No, I'm telling you. You said by the crown, but
yeah, we're still subject
crown?
to the crown.
Whose crown?
To the crown of England. Is there a crown above them? I mean, besides the 13 families that we cannot name.
I mean,
besides the crown of Satan, who are you talking about? Talking about in real life people.
I'm also talking about the Roman Catholic Church.
Oh, well, you know what? That's actually, yeah, you're right. We are underneath the egg hat of Pope Francis, guys. Like, and they're over the crown of England and over the.
You didn't get to catch my show last Monday, huh?
I did not know. What were you guys talking about?
I was talking about Guy Fawkes.
Oh, were you really? I'm often accused when I have a full mustache of looking like Guy Fawkes.
No. Well, the reason why I did a dig on Guy Fawkes was because Guy Fawkes is not what people think he is. And a lot of patriots like to use his mask as a symbol for the movement.
Because they all follow the same anyways.
Not realizing that Guy Fawkes was actually not the one. This all stems back from the gunpowder plot. And I think it was back in the 1605 or something like that, where they plotted to kill King James. Because I guess the guy who headed, because there was like 5 conspirators to that, and the head guy was a staunch Catholic who had ties with the Jesuits. So, people wearing this Guy Fawkes mask they're not realizing that he was actually an agent for the Jesuits to commit the murder of the Protestants, pretty much. And I wanted to expose that. So, because, I always wondered, why do people like to wear that mask? What is the story behind it?
Because remember the 5th of November.
And that was a real
Uh-huh.
That was a real poem that was written.
Yeah.
But it was the movie. It was the movie. What's the movie called again? V for Vendetta. That actually made it popular. That made Guy Fawkes popular to do that. And they mixed it up, man. They made Guy Fawkes look like he was the hero and all this shit when he wasn't. He was just
exactly like they did with Che Guevara.
He was the dude who was caught red-handed with the barrels of gunpowder. That's all he was. The reason why he was in that group was because he had a lot of knowledge about explosives and gunpowder. But the true plotter to that incident, his name was Cates. I forgot his first name. Jeez.
Interesting.
But yeah, you guys got to look up the true story of the gunpowder plot and realize that that you guys using the Guy Fawkes mask as a symbol of the Patriot movement, you guys are actually supporting the Jesuits. Is what you're doing,
It's the same thing that we see across the board, like with Anonymous, right? I mean, for a long time, a lot of
they use that mask too.
There was a whole bunch of individuals that are maybe more closer to anarchists that were following Anonymous, but a lot of patriots took up Anonymous also. And here we have in 2022. Hillary Clinton saying Anonymous is going to help us take down Russia. Really? I mean, do you think they're really patriotic and they're really about America and taking down the establishment if Anonymous is doing that? And we know it was hijacked. And the same thing with the venom in the water, and the same thing with dark MAGA. Okay, they just want everyone to take up some idea or story that will diminish everything that we're trying to do. And also, to boot, if you're talking about specifically something like Guy Fawkes, make us look ridiculous, like a black communist saying they love Che Guevara. Do you know how stupid you look?
No, and
I didn't know that about Guy Fawkes, though, so that's interesting.
Yeah, no, and I always wondered why is it, and I get it. The movie kind of sparked exposing, the V for Vendetta movie exposed the whole thing about corruption within the government and all that stuff, and they use the mask and all that things. But you gotta understand that with that the gunpowder plot, it was actually he was just a fall guy. He was the patsy. He was just the guy who was caught because apparently the king got word that something was gonna happen underneath Parliament. And he sought his guards out to go do searches and all that stuff, and found Guy Fawkes with all 36 barrels of gunpowder. And he got caught. They tortured his ass, so then they can get confessions and find out if there were other people involved. And at first he was a brave dude. He would talk shit to them. He The story about Guy Fawkes is that he was probably the last guy who entered Parliament with honest intentions.
I
mean, you got to look it up. I'm horrible at articulating the story.
Guy Fawkes was born in York in 1570, the son of Edward, a church.
No, it's an interesting story, dude. It really is. And the reason, like I said, the reason why I did that dig on Monday is because I don't want people to be misled about what, using certain things for patriotic reasons,
I feel that.
Part of this whole thing is doing your own research and, trying to find the truth to things. And even something as little as a Guy Fawkes mask sparked my curiosity. So I wanted to look, and lo and behold, man, connection with the Jesuits, dude. Trying to blow up the freaking Protestants, trying to kill them. So,
Expose Monday. Hey.
I mean, I wouldn't. It kind of tied in with my whole God Day of Monday, because the whole history with the Protestants and the Roman Catholic Church has been it's been bad, man. It's been really bad. And I like to go back and revert to the history because it's only now I'm beginning to learn about all these things about what happened as far as the Protestants and the Roman Catholics. And man, I'm not trying to shoot down any Roman Catholic out there. I was raised Roman Catholic, but I stopped that practice a long time ago way long time ago, and the history of it all, it's a very intriguing, man.
Mhm.
And to know, like, I didn't know to the degree of how bad the Roman Catholic Church was to people who did not accept that faith.
Yeah, yeah.
And it came to the point where when certain royal people would get into power, they would ban practicing as a Roman Catholic, rightfully so, because they killed so many people, man. Like, they were forcing people to become Roman Catholics,
Or die.
Yep. So it's just interesting. It was just interesting stuff. So anyhow,
Indeed.
that was all the articles we had for tonight, man. I don't know about you, but I had a great time.
It was wonderful.
Despite the whole rushing from one show to another,
we were in a rush tonight, guys.
I think the show turned out pretty good. I had fun. I had a lot of fun.
It was amazing. Great time. And I learned some stuff too tonight, so that's always a plus.
Dude, I didn't, when I saw that, the who's the guy you're talking about here?
Oh, Madison Cawthorn.
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to end up to be something like that. I thought it was going to be something way wacky, but no.
It was a good story, right?
It was a good story, and I really admired how he handled himself from
Proverbs and push-ups, baby.
Dude.
That's the way I do it.
Dude, honestly though, I think that's gonna work out for him really well.
He is built, anyways, but that's besides the point.
He I think it'll turn out very well for him. And like I said, when you're in your 20s, man, you don't care. Like, you don't look far enough to care about what you said back then. You're just gonna do it because you got the balls and the tenacity to do it. So big ups to him, man. I hope that he wins his re-election, because he seems
North Carolina, y'all.
He seems to have a good head on his shoulder,
Mm-hmm.
So
he's got a good head on his shoulder, and he's got a good pump brake for his wheelchair. Anyways.
So go ahead and plug in whatever you got to plug in, my friend.
Well, amazing. It's been fun hanging out with you again tonight, Mr. Speakin' Easy, and everyone out there in the audience. You guys are lovely. It was great to see all of you, all familiar faces out there tonight. Join me over at the Mr. C channel or Mr. C TV. We'll be live again tomorrow. Hey, we have a President Trump Save America rally coming up. But in a surprising turn of events, everybody, it's not on Saturday. It's actually on Friday. So Friday is a tough day for live streaming, because, COVID's over, or CV-19 is over, and everyone's out having dinner with their friends and their family and going to movies and going to parks and going to the mall and going to the club and going to the bar. So I get it. But if you have got nothing to do on Friday, join us over at Mr. C channel, and we'll be doing the Save America Rally live from Nebraska watch party. So that should be a fun time. I think we'll be on probably about 6:30 p.m. Central Time or so. That'll be a good time. Other than that, we're doing our usual the C report. We'll be back on tomorrow, and I would just say look forward to future developments coming from Mr. C TV.
Oh wow!
Follow us over at Truth Social. If you guys have Truth Social, we are at Truth Social at MRCTV. Truth Social at MRCTV, and so far I'm actually keeping up with it, because I'm really bad at social media. So
dude, I'm horrible, period. I got a website and I still haven't upkept my stuff, man. Paid so much for that thing, and I'm not even like, I have to, but I got so many things. I think I've put too many things on my plate or my cart.
I feel like that a lot. Like, you don't know how behind I am on certain things. I actually am going to be in Austin next month. I haven't told you.
Oh,
but I'm only going to be there for the day, though. President Trump is on a speaking tour, and he'll be doing a stop in Austin next month.
Oh well.
So I will be there.
What date? I already
got my tickets.
What date? Because I got to tell you right now that for May, the month of May, every Saturday I have a gig.
Oh,
Isn't that amazing?
nice.
That's amazing.
That means
isn't it?
you'll be downtown also. Oh no,
No,
wait.
I
It
won't.
depends on where you'll be. Actually, I forget.
Yeah, I
I
won't.
hear gig and I think like club, DJ bar, or something like that. Um, let's see here. He will be in Austin next month on the 14th
Yeah,
of
I have a
May
gig.
for the American Freedom Tour, and we'll have Ted Nugent and Dinesh D'Souza.
Oh
and
wow, is he gonna be playing?
Pompeo.
Is he gonna be playing guitar, dude?
Probably not. He'll probably be just like cussing about guns and freedom, which is totally fine with me. I'm excited to hear Dinesh speak. I think Mike Pompeo is going to be there as well,
Dinesh,
and
yeah.
it'll be my second time getting to hear President Trump speak in person, so that'll be awesome.
Oh, nice.
I
like
and
Dinesh.
yeah, Dinesh will be good because he's got 2,000 Mules coming out the week before, so it's going to be amazing to hear what he has to remark about.
I really like Dinesh D'Souza. I really do.
He's a good guy. He's a good guy.
He's
Absolutely
very
right.
brilliant too, man. I love the way he, like, when he speaks, when he does his public speaking stuff, and then in colleges, and then when these nut liberal kids start chiming in their 2 cents, he destroys them, man. He destroys them.
Yeah, and it's pretty good stuff. Kevin Sorbo will be there also, apparently. But anyways,
Well, I like Dinesh.
Conan will be there anyways. It'll be a fun time. It'll be a fun time. Oh, it looks like someone found me on Truth Social. Awesome. Okay, so Kiz, awesome. Anyways, okay.
Cool.
Thanks for following me on Truth Social.
I don't even have that. I got too many already. I mean, do I need another one?
I don't use any of them, but Truth Social I've been pretty good on. I use Instagram here and there.
Do you have the other one? What's it called? The other one, the other popular one. I mean, the
Parler, Getter, Gab.
Getter. Do you have?
I don't have Getter.
I have a Getter,
no.
but I just made the thing and I just left it alone. Parler, I had one, but then that thing happened with them, and
I had a Parler also, and I was pretty active on there, and then I lost touch, and then I found out it was like compromised. So
yeah, ever since I found out that was compromised, I was like, yeah, nah, never mind. So yeah, I
don't know the whole story behind it. I just know that's what I heard. And,
I don't have a Truth Social. I have everything else, and I just don't want to have another one because it's just too much. It's just too much for me to. And I know I should, because a lot of the people that the way that I am, I should be gearing to people who are more like-minded to me. But at the same time, I think the goal for me right now is trying to get people to have a relationship with God. That's pretty much what I'm, I don't want to be having to do the whole political thing anymore. I'm over it. Except this is funny. The Wednesdays, we look for stupid stuff. This is even with politicians, it's funny. It's funny. So
absolutely.
Anyhow, anything else before I let you go, my friend?
I'm square, and it was a fun time again. We'll do it again next week for sure.
Absolutely. Can't wait, man.
But until then, give my regards to the missus and the kids and everyone out there at Foxhole, and if there's anyone on Twitch, thanks for hanging out, and it was a fun time, and we'll see you next time.
Cool, brother. Thank you for coming by, and thank you for your assistance again. Good night, brother.
All right. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Take care. There he goes. My brother, Mr. C, right there, man. Good people. Good people. All right. Before I let you guys go, I'd like to let you know that we're having a 30% off sale at my merch store, and that's probably the best way to support me. I think if I remember right, I think the discount code at checkout is Bourbon30. Bourbon30 for 30% off of my merchandise store. You can also support the bar with gold pills here on pill.net or the foxhole.app, or you can make a donation via PayPal, Venmo, or Cash App. Or if you can't, you can just simply share the stream of my shows. That's probably the easiest way to do it. All it takes is a little copy and paste, and you're good to go. And also, if you guys would be kind enough to please follow me on these social media outlets as I can expand this bar further out. I am on Facebook, Instagram, CloutHub, Gab, Twitter, BitChute, YouTube, and of course, Twitch. I would love to have some help on Twitch, people. If you can please follow me there, I would greatly appreciate the follows. And not in a sense of me being popular, but just in a sense of me trying to expand and grow my show. I would be very, very appreciative of it. Very appreciative. The bar will be open again on Sunday afternoon for the midday mix session. So if you guys are into music, and if you guys haven't figured it out already that I'm a DJ, well, that's what I do now. I DJ as a profession. I used to be a sheriff's deputy, but now I'm a DJ and I'm doing this show as well. So I'll be having my mix session on Sunday, 12 p.m. Central Time. If you guys would love to hang out at the bar just to listen to some great music and, just shoot the shit with the DJ as I do my thing. So let me think what else I have before I let you guys go. I think that's all I got right now. I think that's all I have for tonight. Let me just go here and thank the sponsors of the show tonight, if this thing allows me to, because lately the chat thing has been really wonky on my laptop here. I don't want to update I don't want to update my laptop is what it is, because it starts getting really weird on me. So for tonight's sponsor of the show, Tamergrowl Kiss, WC Crane Up. Oh, thank you for the cookie there. God is with us. Thank you so much. Most of all, thank you for coming here at the bar and hanging out with the bartender. And you are also a sponsor of the show for tonight. Thank you so much. God bless you. All right, peeps. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed your time. I enjoyed my time. Wednesday is always a blast. But then again, every day that I do this show is always a blast. I'm a little bit biased because it's my show. I mean, why wouldn't I be biased about my own show? But yeah, I really want to thank Kiss for helping me on the chats, dropping those links, helping me out with the modding. Thank you so much. And thank you all for constantly coming here whenever you can, especially my regulars. My regulars, I love you guys so much. You guys make the show. And the reason why I say that is because most of the time I interact with the chat and I enjoy it. And the most thing I enjoy is building the relationships. I've already established a few relationships because of this show, and I'm very grateful for it. Thank you so much. Oh, Sea Dragon as well. Thank you for supporting the show today as well. I know you donated a cookie, I believe. I remember. I'm not going to forget that. So, make sure you guys don't leave anything, because once those doors are closed, you can never come back in the bar and grab your stuff. It goes to the found. Not the lost and found, but just the found. Anyhow, as I end every show, always remember to be kind to one another. And if an opportunity ever presents itself to pick somebody up, please do so. You and I know that this crazy world is getting crazier and crazier every time. And the only way, one of the greatest ways that we can change that is to do more good. And I think picking somebody up who needs picking up is a great way to do it, because in our lifetimes, we go through our struggles as well. And it'd be nice to have somebody pick us up when we need the picking up. So, man, this is the hardest part about the show, is saying goodbye to you guys. So with all that being said,
Thank you.